Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Yasha Allah.
Shalom, we in the building.
We in the building. You are tuned into another episode of the Pregame. Shalom, Shalom, Mashar Shabbat. All praises to the Most High. All praises, man. We can't glorify the Most High enough. Hey, get one of my favorite scriptures real quick before we start off. Give me Jeremiah 9:24. It's one of my favorite scriptures.
Jeremiah, what was the chapter?
9 verse 24.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 24. It reads, all right, but let him that glorieth glory in this.
It says, let him that glorious glory in this, man. What do we need to be glorying in?
That he understandeth and knoweth me.
That he what?
That he understandeth and knoweth me.
See, that's what we need to be glorying, man. That's what we need to be glorying in, man. Not how much doctrine you know, which is a good thing. Not how much prophecy you know, which we know prophecy is excellent, right? But we got to glory that we know the Most High. In the chat, real quick, pop quiz, man. Pop quiz. In the chat, how do we know the Most High? Book, chapter, verse. Book, chapter, verse. How do we know the Most High? Right? We're gonna start this thing off right, praising the Most High, because the Adawan, Yahweh all and Malachi, the brothers did an excellent class last night, man.
Yes, they did.
Excellent class. The Most High's name is Yahweh, period. Shout out to Adawan Malachi, right? Hey, the Most High's name is Yahweh. How Adawan Malachi would say, Yahweh, period, man. Period. You can't get around it. That's his name. Ain't no Yahweh, right? Ain't no Yanini Munini, whatever they say call it.
Yeah, that was wild.
Ain't none of that. Right? Ain't none of that, man. How do we know the Most High? Hey, see how y'all let the Captain Malachi, y'all gotta be quicker than that, man. Captain Malachi already on board. I know he knew that off the top, man. That's a Hebrew Israelite 101 scripture, man. 1 John 2 and 3. So let's read that real quick and then go back to Jeremiah 9.
All right.
Because remember the spirit of the pregame. It's to get you ready for camp, man. Precepts like this, you gotta know. Because 9 times out of 10, whether you're doing a fly mission, you at camp, you know what I'm saying? You interacting with the people on the Shabbat day, when you congregate, right? Hold on real quick. My guest calling. Hold on real quick. The guest, my guest speaker calling. I'm gonna mute it real quick. Go ahead, take over real quick.
Yeah, man. We actually brought this out when Adawan was on. I think that was 2 weeks ago. We're talking about, hey, in all that getting, you make sure that you get understanding, right? And so that's the paramount thing that you want to acquire in this truth, man. Just understand and know the Most High. Understand what He wants. Understand His will. That's why David was, was one with him. That's why he was a man after his own heart, because he took the time to understand the Most High and how He thought and what He wants from us, right? That's why to this day, Psalm 51, you want to learn how to repent, you want to learn how to really, understand what the Most High wants for you. That's why you gotta run it through King David.
That's right. Excellent point. So read that with Malachi called real quick.
All right, this is the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know Him, if we keep His commandments.
Hey, when we keep the commandments, right? So that's what we glory in when we come into this truth, right? You got to put the pride to the side. I've been speaking like this, lady, man. I don't have an ego no more. For what? Right? When your ego is too puffed up, you're too emotional, man. You let words get you too emotional and too riled up. I don't have an ego no more. Unless you say it to my face in person, it don't matter. You can say it on the phone. You can say it on social media. You can say it wherever you want. You can say whatever you want about me or the brotherhood. But hey, unless you say it to my face or a brother or a sister face that you're dealing with, it don't matter, man. A lot of times our ego get in the way and that pride start to get in the way, and you think you start to think you something more than what you really is, man. And we got to get out of that spirit. We got to glory in this. Go back to that scripture real quick.
Your ego is not your amigo.
That's right. That's right.
Understand that. All right. Jeremiah 9 and 24. It says, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
That he understandeth and knoweth me. Come on.
That I am the Lord which exerciseth loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
It says, "And the Most High delights in these things, man. Judgment, right? Truth, sincerity. This is what he glories in. So we got to kind of glory in the same thing that the Most High glories in, because that allows us to be that much closer to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we know Yahweh Shai coming in that same spirit. And I think that was an excellent scripture, because episode 8 is called Sincerity and Truth. And when you're going out to teach the people, that's how you got to teach. That's how you have to teach the people, in sincerity and in truth, man. Hold on, let me change our banner real quick. We got the calendar back there, so lot. Let me change the banner. Bingo, we in the game now, right?
All right.
That's how we got to teach the people, in sincerity and in truth. That's the only way. Any other way, you doing it for your own cause.
Right.
You doing it for you. You doing it for your ego. You doing it for your pride. You doing it for their attention, right? And that's why I taught this class that when we teaching our people, it gotta be in sincerity and in truth. And the brother that we about to bring on today, him and his congregation, man. When you watch them brothers, man, it's very sincere.
Yep.
It is very sincere. Not saying other brothers aren't sincere, but I like to recognize that about them. When I watch them teach, I'm like, damn, them brothers sincere, man.
Yep.
Sincere brothers. They not doing it for the fame of it. And I'm not saying other brothers do, man. I'm not saying other brothers do it for the fame. But I'm saying I noticed that with these brothers, right? I noticed that with these brothers. Before we get too deep into this thing, right? I just see my guest coming to the back, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to have this brother on. I'm gonna play our commercial real quick. I'm gonna greet the people into the chat, and then we're gonna get this thing rolling in the spirit. Right. So let's get this commercial going. If you haven't got it already, I don't know what y'all doing anyways, man. I don't know what y'all doing if y'all haven't got the game yet, right? If y'all haven't got this game yet, what are y'all waiting for?
Game right here is fire, bro. I got you. Whoever know the who make this, DM me, bro, so I can shout them out. This game right here is fire.
Call your family, call your friends, and come and play a game where we all see truth to the end and the truth of y'all. It's a game that you can get and called the truth of y'all. So what you waiting for, come get it, it's the truth of y'all. Learning the Bible never been more engaging. Increasing biblical knowledge never felt so amazing. Renewing minds and saving lives all while chasing justice, equity, and truth that is unshaken. It's the truth of y'all. Come get it, we can play it, it's the truth of y'all. So what you waiting for, come get it, it's the truth of y'all. Come and get it, we can play it, it's the truth of y'all.
If you have not ordered Truth of Y'all Value on Board yet, click link in the bio. ASAP, visit our website, thetruthofyall.com. Shalom.
Right. So if you haven't got the truth of y'all, I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what y'all doing, man. It's one of the only truth games that we have. Get you sharp on your precepts. So hey, stop waiting and go ahead and cop that when the Shabbat is over, man. That would have been a good Purim gift. You know, you got Passover, you can give a gift for Passover, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good gift to give somebody, man. I'm not sure if the sale is still going on, but it was on sale. I caught mine. Haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to play it when I get around the brotherhood, man, and the sisters, man. Right. So with that, let's greet the people in the chat real quick. We got SOT Josiah, Shalom, Trey Lindsay, SOT Most Excellent, Don Israel, Yediah, Shalom. Share that thought, Shalom.
Shalom.
Captain Malachi, Shalom. Gad the Warrior, Shalom. We got Kalea in the building, Shalom. Says Ivory, Shalom. Hey, the mighty soldier, Kahari, Shalom. Captain Mayakaya, Shalom. Ariel, Shalom, King. Prospect Isaiah. What that say? I go past Yah. Shalom, right? Hey, Shalom, Amram. Who else in the building? Hebrew daughter, Yaquaria, Shalom. Soldier Sanctuary, Shalom. Just remember not to buy until after the sun. And that's right, sis. That's right. The water for that. I forgot a brother. Soldier Nakah Washa. I think I said that right. Brother got a mighty name, right? So we're gonna get into this thing. Before we get into it, you know we like to do. Let's get into the weather real quick. Let's get into the weather because we don't like to give brothers and sisters no excuses to serve the Lord, man. What is brothers in the chat, sisters in the chat? What's the weather in your city, and what's the weather in your sister Joanne Gilchrist? Shalom, Ivory, Shalom. It's 55 in the AI. Oh, that's light. That's light.
You got 61.
And they got Compton, aka Bompton, you know, and that's what we need. That's what we need the people at. What they talking about Bompton and throwing up the bees and Pyru, that's what we need the people at, right? Because we got to bring them people out of that lifestyle, man.
That's right.
We got to, and actually, I want to talk to my guest about that, you know, because he's in that state, right? And I seen some you know, some game makers pull up on the brothers, man, in the video, right? Yeah. Seeing some brothers pull up like, hey, we ain't on that though. Hey. But if y'all on anything else, we on that. But it's like, yo, we got the Bible. What y'all talking about? And I hate that because they feel like we just brothers with the Bible, and you know we ain't gonna get down. We had some Edomites try that camp last night. We did a Friday camp, like 2 a.m. Hey man, we had to almost put a drunk Edomite to death, man. Getting too close, too touchy.
Yeah, can't go for that.
Right. So let's see what we got. Ivory got 78, right? Sister Joanne Chris, she says 44 in DC. In the Bay, it's 50 and raining.
Yeah.
Fayetteville is 49. She said she in Houston, right? Trey, my brother Trey Lindsay says it's 38 and raining, right? North California, she says it's 50, right? Let me show y'all what Florida looking like. See, y'all gotta move to the Sunshine State. See, y'all weather look crazy.
It's 81 in Florida.
Y'all weather look crazy right now. I'm gonna show you the problems we having. Can y'all see that? It's the problems we have.
Dang,
it's perfect 80. Weather. We got perfect weather, so we have no excuse, man. That's why we did a late camp last night. It was a little rainy last night. You know, we'll do some stuff today, but hey, like brothers all teach, you know, in season, out of season, it don't matter. We gonna come do this work.
Yeah,
we gonna do this work, right? So all praises, all praises. Oh, brother, Salaki, my bad. Salaki said, I'm brother, my bad. It said Detroit 35 and cloudy. Jacksonville, I already know it's nice in Jacksonville, right? 68 and sunny, of course, right? So I'm gonna bring our guests up, man. I'm gonna introduce our guests, man. Mighty brother, you know, I came into the truth, and this brother really inspired me. You know what I'm saying? When he was a young brother, just on fire, he just magnified the people. Like the people, he made the people want to listen, right? And it was always sincere, and it was no ego behind it. It was all for the love of the nation. And I think he deserves that title, and I think he deserves that praise, man. You know, as a young brother on fire in the truth, but I think the brother had a tail lot.
God had a
tail back, man. The brother had a tail, man.
Yeah, he did.
Brother, who is this brother, man? You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't be stopped, and he defended the faith to a T, man.
Yep.
So we love this brother, man. It's a brother that we've been doing the work with. Got great relationship with him and his camp, man. So without further ado, we're gonna bring on our guest, Adawan Rotten. Let's get that brother a hand, man. Let's get that brother a hand, man. We got to give our brothers our flowers, man. Hey, we don't get our flowers.
Hey, finally got on.
I know, man. What's up?
Man, hey, Aharon, that's my guy right there, man.
Yep, you already know.
My guy, man, for real.
Yep. For real.
Hey man, I'm in the Bay too, man. It's cloudy right now, boy, like a mug, boy. But we gonna still get that work though.
All praises.
Let's still get that work though, Con. I'm happy to be here. Glad to be here. What'd you say?
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm good, man. I just I had a long night last night though with the brothers. You know, doctrine. You know what I mean? You know. So, but I made a promise that I was gonna do this for Aharon. And you called me, beautiful brother Yaquab called me. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna honor my word by going to the brother's platform. You know what I mean? And you know, because a man should honor his word. So I was like, let me get my ass up. You know what I mean? You try to watch my face the best I can. You know, and I'm here, and it's a pleasure, man. I'm happy to be on y'all platform. Y'all doing excellent, good works, man. We love Sons of Thunder, to my brothers, And shit, we love y'all, man. I love both of you brothers. And you know, Yaquab, you know, you got my number now, so you can hit me anytime. And Haran, you already know what it is, man.
Yeah.
You already know what it is.
Good. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
man.
Yeah, man. The water for hopping on, man. You always been a man of your word, sincere brother, upright man, and so happy that you're able to grace this platform. And you know, I know a little bit more about your story than a lot of people would. So I'd love for you to get into that. You know, how you got in the truth, kind of where you are. You know, some people might not know what is the way. You know, talk about that. But real quick, since we in the spirit of giving flowers, man. It's a precept that I gotta read, and this is Ratazan to me. This is
Bring it out.
the book, Luke chapter 21 and verse 15.
Let me get it for you. I'm gonna get it for you. Luke
All right.
21:15. I turn right to it. It's the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Man, absolutely. Because just like Adawan Yaquab just said, man, even from the early years when you had the ducktail, man, you was spinning fire. And
That's right.
you know, for us young brothers, we're like, who is this young cat just over there just spitting the heat, man? And you know, still to this day, I believe some of your older videos are still ringing bells throughout the world, man. And you really show what a sincere brother is like from then to now. Can't no adversaries mess with you. So all
Man,
praises,
I
man.
accept that wholeheartedly. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Come.
God.
So I don't want to really we want to kind of get the people to know you a little bit before we get into some doctrine, you know. And you could bring out scriptures, precepts, we'll read them for you, you know. But
Okay.
you know, just starting off, how was your journey coming into this walk, into this truth, and then, you know, transitioning to BOW? How did that initiate?
Con, man, damn, it's a long story.
You don't got to go too deep. Just
Yeah, we
brief.
gonna bring it out, man. I'm loving the chemistry already, but man, long story short, man. So I'm from South Central LA, Aharano. So you know, obviously, you know, we grew up, and you know what I mean. The gang stuff was there, you know. But I think I had changed my life, like completely. Well, not completely, because I was still dibbing and dabbing with certain friends, but I had, you know, tried to give my life to Christ the best way I knew at that time. I had to be around like 14, 15, you know what I mean? And you know, I was at church one Sunday, and then the pastor was like, you know, if you really want a relationship with God, you know, go and go and ask him. You know what I mean? Go home and go in your prayer closet and ask him and be sincere with him. You know what I mean? Ask him like, you know, you really want a relationship with him. So I went upstairs, you know what I mean, when I got home, and I just prayed. And this is my prayer, honest to the people, honest to the Most High. I said, I don't know if you want me to be Christian. I don't know if you want me to be Buddhist. I don't know if you want me to be Muslim. I don't know what you want me to be. Mind you, my family had a Christian background, but I was just like, look, whatever religion you want me to do, just tell me. But you got to tell me, and then I'll do it, right? So then I took a nap, and then I got up, and then literally, like, a voice was like, go get a Bible. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know nothing about the Bible at this time. I go downstairs. I'm like, Granny, I need a Bible. She's like, yeah, I got a lot. Pick one. So I picked one, start reading from there. That's how I started reading the Bible. So I started really reading it like 15. And then from there, I started like trying to go into the ministry. But as I was reading, I started noticing certain contradictions from the Christian church. You know what I mean? So I would ask like the pastor, well, what about this? And I remember asking the pastor, why is like people's family record in the Bible? Like that confused me as a Christian. I'm like, why is that even in there? And the pastor be like, oh, that doesn't matter. That was for a long time ago. It doesn't matter now. So I'm like, all right, I guess it don't matter. Like, you know, but I'm still diligently reading. So then I'll see stuff like, hold on, like, we supposed to go to church on Saturdays?
Oh man.
You know what I mean? And then I asked the pastor and stuff, and they like, no, that was a long time ago, you know. And I'm a long story short, you know, that was a long time ago. So I just started to see certain contradictions in the church, but the way I rationalized at the time, because I knew Muslim was wrong, I knew Egyptology was wrong, I knew all that stuff was wrong, you know. I knew the Bible was true, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change the church. So I'm gonna really grow up and then become a church that really follows the Bible. Long story short, man, I met I met a beautiful brother named Mike at the time when we was like Christian partners, and he invited me to a Bible study, a private Bible study. He was like, "Hey man, come to this private Bible study." And then I was like, "All right, cool." So I went to this private Bible study. It was in the studio. I'll never forget. It was like in like studio. I felt like I was going to a secret like
secret convention or something.
Right. So I'm sitting down, man, and I'm just like, what's going on? So it was a brother that I had on the other day. His name is Yawakana. His name is Yawakana, a 10 tribe cat. I had him on my channel the other day. He was talking about 10 tribes. And basically he started bringing out like how we the children of Israel. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I always felt like I was special, but I didn't really know we was the children of Israel. Like that's crazy. But it still didn't click yet. It just kind of was like some extra knowledge. And then I left from that. I left and I didn't think of it no more. So I kept going. Y'all got to bear with me. It's almost over.
No. We with you. We with you. I think the people loving it already. And the reason we do this, other one, is because a lot of people don't understand how like some of the brothers they watch and maybe look up to and follow how they journey became. And a lot of people feel like their journey is just so unique and it's no journey. And it's like, nah, that some of the senior brothers in this thing, right, have that same walk, have that same exact journey. Right. So a lot of people got to hear that to make them just get off their behind and look, this brother did this. I had the same journey and I got to go do it too. I got to go do this work.
Yeah, that's why it's the pregame, man. The whole point of this is to get people in the spirit to continue to do this work. So we need to hear it.
And I'm about that work.
Once I know it,
I'll share my work. I'll share my work schedule with y'all, which I know y'all know already. But I share my work schedule with y'all. But basically, long story short, man. So the brother you're walking on, you know what I mean. He told me that it resonated, but it didn't click yet. Then I had another brother randomly at my church I was attending at that time. He did a presentation on how the Jews was black. But I was in and out. You know what I mean? I was in and out. I didn't really sit and pay attention. I was kind of in and out. But I was like still like not like disagreeing with it. I just kind of like, damn, that's crazy. Then I had ran into a brother and he brought the same thing to my attention. And I was like, yeah, you know what? And I remember I had my red with me. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I've been hearing that, you know what I mean? All I need is some concrete Bible verses.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, Iran, how long you been in the truth? If you don't mind me asking.
Like 2016.
Okay, it was a YouTube documentary called The Curses.
Okay.
This was an OG one. Like this is before like, you know what I mean? Like this is before like YouTube was popping with Israelites. And it was a video, like a documentary called The Curses. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. I probably could find it, but that video, when that brother told me to go look at that video changed my life, bro. It broke down Deuteronomy 28 to the T. And I was like, that's all I needed. All I needed was that. I agreed that the Jews was black, all of that. But when I got Deuteronomy 28, it answered my questions. It answered the we always, when you read any type of story, or if you're a writer, you got to have identify the what, the when, the where, and the how, right? So, I knew what was going on, with our oppressor, because I knew about oppression at that time too. I was like, read about like revolutionaries and all of that. So I knew about oppression, at the time. Remember, the Illuminati was going crazy back in 2011, 2010. So I knew about oppression. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what was, I knew what was happening. I knew when it was happening. It was happening present day, So, I knew who was doing it. You know what I mean? So the who, what, when, I knew where it was happening, but I didn't know the why.
Yeah. Right.
So Deuteronomy 28 gave me my why.
That's everybody, boy.
That's why. Oh, I got it. And then from there, bro, it's just been nonstop, bro.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what it takes. Let's get Sirach 37 and 12, right? Because that's really what it takes. Like coming into the truth, you might have not been with them the whole way. It might have went left or right. But I think this is what it takes coming into the truth.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind.
And and the reason I brought that scripture out is because That's what you really need coming into the truth. Like you need somebody that's mind is according to your, like they searching too. And when you find that brother that's searching with you, like I was saying, right, that's what bring that spark. Like, damn, I got my how, I got my when, I got my where, I got all these. I just need that last detail. And then you find that right brother or that right video, right? And it just, there it go. There it go, right? And I don't want y'all all say, hey, Shalom,
Oh man, Shalom, that's my guy right there, man.
Yeah.
Shalom King, that's another beautiful brother, man. I love that brother dearly, man. Shalom, brother, man. I love you, Adawan, for real. It's my brother, your wall, man. Come.
Hey man, we gotta link up. Hey, that'll be a major unity camp, actually.
Absolutely.
We had one in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah, that was turned up in Vegas.
It was turned up. That was the first time I think I met that brother. And when I say burning the midnight oil, I think them brothers had like a 5-hour class or something, like into the midnight, long time. Brother, you probably remember it. And we pulled up. It was already late, and we stayed longer just going in, man. Brothers put in that work, man, for real.
I've been trying to get the brothers to come to LA. You know, we do a unity camp out there.
What's up with brothers, man? Brothers gotta plug that.
Let's get that
trip, man. That trip, man.
Hey, if y'all brothers come to LA, Aharon, you already know. But if brothers come to LA, y'all don't worry about nothing. We'll show you where the teaching spots is at. I mean, y'all already got Aharon, but if y'all just need extra like brotherhood, you know what I mean? Our name is already respected in the streets out there, so you don't even got to worry about none of that riffraff. You know what I mean? And hopefully we could get into a little bit more stories, but I do want to touch on that gang banging story too, because you know them brothers they called and apologized.
Yeah, hey, I don't want to say it was. He said it was a marathon. We taught at least 18
hours. Oh, there
hours.
you go.
God, I remember that though.
Yeah,
we was on the call for a little minute. So bring that out a little bit. I don't want like the gang culture, because like me from Florida, right? I didn't understand how serious the gang culture was on that side of the earth in Cali, right? Until I kind of went to college in New Mexico, and I seen like some of the brothers on my football team, they was really about that. Like, yo, this is, I bleed this, I live this, this is all I want to talk about. It's all I do.
Right. They throw their life away for it.
They throw their life away for it. So for a flag and some colors, right? So I want to ask you first, did you grow up in that gang culture, or were you just around it? And then how did you transpire to teach brothers in that situation that happened on the camera?
Everybody is basically going to be a gang member. You're either going to be a couple of things in LA. You're either going to be a football player, a basketball player, so some type of person that plays sports, or you're going to be a gang banger, or you're going to be gay, right? Those are the only things you're going to be.
That's it.
Am I lying, Aaron?
No.
Right. You either gonna, or you're gonna be a nerd and a nobody, but then
you ain't coming outside. But if
you
outside, you one of them three.
You one of them three. If you coming outside, you one of them three. So or you 2 out of the 3. Like you either gonna play ball and gang bang or something like that. You know what I mean? So I guess for us and Aharon, he know, like I said, he know. You know, just being where you live is saturated. When you go outside, you see the niggas on the corner. When you go to school, you see the kids and the nieces and nephews and sons and daughters of the niggas on the corner. You know what I mean? So you can't really like escape it. So it's not like you had a choice. So when I went to Aharon, you know where LaSalle Elementary is? Yeah, I went to LaSalle Elementary. So from elementary school, they breed you from elementary school.
Yeah, that's where people start getting, man. You start catching fades, all of that.
I remember the first time because true story, I'll never forget when I went to 6th grade. So I went to Horseman Middle School. Horseman Middle School is one of the, and I'm not lying. If anybody in LA in the chat that grew up in LA, you know, Horseman Middle School is the worst middle school to go to. One of the worst middle schools to go to in LA. And so when I went there, it was like a prison. I mean, people getting socked out and getting their shoes stolen, people hopping the gate, catching fades. It was crazy. 6th grade. And I remember, you know, as much as we say ak today or Adawan, that's replace that word with cuz.
Yeah.
Our blood.
But hey, Aharon, funny thing is, at that time, I didn't even know what a blood was. Because you know, the area I live
on that side.
Yeah, I was on the west side. So that area is all Crips. Like from the 90s all the way to before you get to the before you get further down to the what's that them Bloods over there, the by downtown LA, kind of.
You talking about the Brims?
Yeah, the Brims. Before you get to the Brims, but I wasn't all the way deep into the Brims. So from like from the 90s all the way to you get like into the 60s, 65, 66. That's all Crips. Them blocks is all Crips.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what a Blood was. So I remember the first time I went to school, 6th grade, there was like, don't ever throw this up. And I was like, what's this? And they was like, that's Bloods. And I was like, what's a Blood? Cause like, you know what I mean? Like, what's a Blood? And they was like, don't worry about it. But if you throw this up, you're gonna get your fingers cut off. And I was like, oh, okay, that's 6th grade.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's 6th grade. So you just kind of you're kind of bred into it, you know what I mean? And it just becomes a part of life. Like, I didn't think nothing was wrong doing that. Like, I didn't think it was nothing wrong. I thought that's what it was. Like, you know what I mean? This what we do. You know, I didn't have a conscience of this is not right until I got a little older. Probably like 7th grade is when I started to like kind of like try to lead a gang stuff, like around 7th grade.
Mm-hmm. Because even at Perry was there, I know, huh?
Yeah, so I went to so that's the difference. So when I was at Horseman was a different dynamic, right? So Horseman it didn't matter how you looked, it didn't matter how you dressed. It just mattered who you was in your game and how good you could fight.
Yeah.
That's all that mattered. It don't matter how you look. Like I look crazy right now. I could look crazy, you know, be baggy jeans, like looking dusty, but as long as you know how to fight, you'll get that respect. You'll get the girls. When I went to Perry, it was different. That's Gardena, right? So that was more a pretty boy school. So you still had to know how to fight, but they was still about how you looked and dressed and stuff. So that's when I started. Yeah, that's when I started changing a little bit. Like, okay, I gotta comb my hair in the morning. You know what I mean? I can't go to school. You know how one hair be flat, one hair don't. I can't go just wake up and go to school. I gotta actually look nice. And you know, so yeah, when I went to Perry, well, Perry still. Now the funny thing about Perry is the enemy school to the school I went to. Mm-hmm. So when I went to Perry and they was like, "Where you from?" I was like, "I'm from 6-0," and they like 6-0, like that's a shotgun school. Yeah. So they like, what, nigga, you from 6-0? Like, but that's me not understanding what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't understand that we had enemies like that. Yeah. I didn't understand it was like, I knew people would get beat up, but I didn't understand, like, if you go to a different school and you say you from there, that you might run into somebody that want to harm you. I didn't understand that at that time. So I'm just freely saying, yeah, I'm from 6-0. Like, and it's not that I even really physically, like I got put on by some little dudes and said I was from there, but it wasn't like I met the OGs or nothing. I was just around people that was from there. And I just started saying I'm from there. Yeah. You know, so, but now, yeah, when I went to Perry, you know, actually going to Perry saved my life because I'll say this and I'll yield, let the brothers take it. True story. When the year was over, when the school year was over and I got my report card, I had all F's and an A. Dang. I had all F's and 1 A. Guess what that A was?
I already know it's in the gym class.
PE. Yeah. PE had an A in PE. So when my dad seen this, he was like, "Oh no, you gotta go." So my dad worked at Perry. He was a plant manager at Perry. So he was like, "I'm gonna send you to Perry so I can keep an eye on you." And I ain't gonna lie, you know, those determining factors to lead up to the man that you become, that right there, I'm happy that happened to me. Mm-hmm. I'm happy I didn't stay at the school I was because that one event you can say was the beginning of the change for me.
Real quick, we're gonna give a shout out to our newest member. We got a new member in the building, Sister Dina. All praises, Sister Dina Shalom. All praises to Water for coming a member. And if you're not a member yet, please become a member to the SOT channel, man. Y'all get all y'all comments posted. You know, you get special access, you get the stickers, you know what I'm saying? You get special access to different things on the YouTube channel and Patreon and different things that of sorts. So make sure you become a member to the SOT channel if you can. All praises. All praises. You got something to run real quick?
Man, yeah, man. It's so crazy how that culture, I'll call it the tribal mentality, you know, is so pervasive in LA. It's like you can't not be a part of something. Look, if you wasn't in the gang, you're gonna make a clique out of something. It's cliques with gang cliques. It's something. It's like this is us against y'all. We looking for an enemy.
Remember Hollywood and porn
yeah.
stars and all that.
Nah,
All
I
them
was from
clicks.
Snap though. I was from Snap. You know,
I was from Flipset, so I, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And them brothers going back, man. Them brothers going back.
Yeah, but I'll say this too though. So this is when I seen the power of the Bible though.
Mm-hmm.
Just to bring it back, like the Most High is amazing. So growing up, like fast forwarding in time, when I 7th grade, I kind of started changing. I started getting more of a conscience. I started realizing like, okay, I want to be more better. So I'm gonna just focus on basketball. I'm gonna focus on sports, right? So I transitioned from that to sports. By the time I got in high school, I never forget when I first started reading the Bible at 15. It went from read the Bible to now that the spirit in me is telling me take the Bible out in the reading class. What is it? What was it? SSR for the read. We used to read. You remember we used to read doing, the period where you had to read or whatever. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. I've been out of school for a long time. But anyway, it was like a period in class where we had to read. So the Most High said, take your Bible out and read it. So I'll take it out and read it. Mm-hmm. And then it went from take it out and read it in class to walk around the school with it. So then I started walking around the school with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like walking around the school with it. And I kid you not, I ended up building a following at school.
Wow.
And I had a Christian club at the school. The Christian club, and I was preaching. The Christian club was so packed, people was outside of the class, bro. It couldn't even fit. From the pretty girl to the top basketball nigga to the loser. It was that many people in there. And I remember like being at Gardena stopping fights, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I remember people would come to the I was known for the they would call me Godly Keyshawn. That's what they called me. Mm-hmm. So it was like two Keyshawns there. It was Keyshawn Malone, my boy. Shout out to Keyshawn Malone if you ever see this. And then it was me. They were like, "Who? Godly Keyshawn?" That's what they would say. Yeah. It was to the point where I remember. This is when I first found out how powerful the Bible is. I remember a dude came to me and he was from I think he was from like Baby Insane in Long Beach or something like that.
Yeah.
But he came to Gardena.
All the way over there?
Yeah, I don't know why he came to Gardena. He ended up coming to Gardena, but it was a dude named, shout out to Chris Franklin. If you ever see this, shout out to you too, bro. He from Shotgun. And he was they was about to pack him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the, after school, where everybody in the front waiting. So it was just a sea of Jake. Just imagine you go in the front of the school with just a sea of Jake, but not friendly looking Jake. I'm talking about Jake like ready to, So the dude came to me and was like, hey brother, I heard you with God, man. I want to change my life. I don't want to be a gangbanger no more. I don't want to, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, don't worry about it. Just stay with me. Nothing to happen to you. Don't worry about it. Just stay with me. So we walking out the front of the school and Chris Franklin was like, hey cuz, like, what's up, nigga? Like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, hey Chris, he with me, bro. He good. He with me.
Yeah.
And literally he was like, all right, cuz, everybody's broke.
That's right. Hey, let me get this picture.
Yeah, get this picture. When I seen that, I was like, this book, something different with this, man.
Hey, for real. Hey, it's something different. This book is heavy, man. People is sleep on this Bible, man. They hate it. They hate Christianity, but once you get into it, bro, this Bible can save our nation's lives. I always say when you read Leviticus 19 and you start at like 16 or 15, just from 16, let's say from 16 to 20, 4 verses. Them 4 verses will change the black community. Period. Yep. No tale-bearing, love thy neighbor as thyself, no backbite heart. That'll change the nation, man. So let me get a scripture for you. Let me get Isaiah 49 and 5. This is a classic, right? Because a lot of people had that same intuition inside. You might have not been a preacher at the school, but you had that feeling of, I gotta get in. Something in my spirit is moving me towards the Most High, and this is why. If you ever wonder why, this is why. Read this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 5. And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb.
Right. See, the Most High formed us from the womb, man. Stories like this that I don't want Ratazan is bringing out. That you can't make this stuff up. The story that Aharon got, the story that I have, the story that y'all were all and the brothers and sisters in the chat. You can't make your own. You can't make that story up. It's personalized just for you, and the Most High set it up that way to bring you right here today, to have you in this walk, right? So he said he knew you from the womb. Read on.
that formed me from the womb to be his servant.
Right, and that's number one, to be his servant. Meaning we're gonna do service to the Most High. Right, I mean, we're gonna keep his commandments and have a faith in Yahweh Shai. But what else did he form you to do, Reed?
To bring Jacob again to him.
And that's the number one thing. And that's the spirit of the pregame as well. Bringing Jacob again to him. How are we gonna do that? Through YouTube, brothers on Clubhouse, and definitely the number one way I believe is going to camp and flyer missions, man. This is some of the number one ways. That going to camp and fly missions is the foundation.
Hey, you I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, Adawan. You got it.
Look, Adawan, what you saying is so real. So like just catching the conversation back up, because we kind of in the spirit. I love this, right? So like when I started like teaching, like a lot of people want to just grab that mic. Yeah. A lot of people want to hurry up and just grab that mic.
Bring this out. Bring this out.
And I was, and this is my personal story. So hopefully this helps anybody that's out there that's in this prospect phase, right? So I remember I came from the Christian church, right? So I came from like preaching, and I'm talking about preaching at different churches. I was like a child prodigy in LA at that time for preaching. So transferring to the truth, and I'm under these powerful elders, right? And I'm thinking, yeah, give me the. We going to preach on the streets? Yeah, give me the mic. And they like, hold on, nah, brother, you got to be proven.
Yeah, right.
So I had to humble myself. Completely humble myself. It was like, nah, you got to be proven, brother. You can't just grab this mic. So that was a humbling moment for me, because at that moment I had to know that I had to be broken down and build up from the ground up, right? So I'll never forget. I didn't touch a mic. You want to know when I started street teaching on the mic? I didn't start street teaching on the mic until 5 years later.
Say that again. Wait, say that again. Damn.
I was in the truth for about 5 years. For about 4 to 5 years, I didn't touch no mic.
Wow.
I didn't touch no mic. Bro, I was on flyer duty. And then from flyer duty, I moved up to reader. You understand what I'm saying? And then from reader, I eventually earned my stripes and got to get that mic. But what I'm trying to tell you, young brothers out there, is everybody want to hurry up and grab that mic. No, I learned some of my best humility actions from just being on flyer missions. You know what I did? I said, Lord, you know what? If you don't want me to get that mic right now, that's cool. I'll stand in. I'll be the best flyer. I'll be the best flyer man on this planet. I was going in the street. I was hitting everybody. I remember one time I got on the bus. The bus took off. I went all the way down the block on the bus, got off the bus, hitting people down, walking. I was far too, hitting people down, walking. Like I was going to be the best flyer man. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'm going to pass them flyers out. And then when the Lord see that diligence, he's like, okay, cool. You graduate. Now you get to read. I was going to be the best reader. I was going to project. I was going to be loud. I was going to make sure I was there. I was going to be the best reader I could be. And then, when I eventually first got that mic, then when you work for it, guess what, brothers? When you work for it, you gain more respect for it.
Yeah.
You don't take it for granted. See, I see a lot of young brothers today, and what I mean, I'm still young, but what I mean by young brothers, I'm talking about in the truth. They don't respect the street teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just want to go out there. Oh, I'm gonna cut them. They don't respect it. It's not something that they earned. When you earn, and that's why order and structure is important.
Bring it out.
When you earn something, it's no greater feeling. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Earning what you get, that's the beauty. It ain't even having it, because look, rich people, they got all the money and stuff. They don't care about the money. They're the saddest people because they didn't earn it. But when you earn that money,
you cherish that thing.
You cherish it. So when I worked for it, I earned my position to grab that mic and to street teach. I put in the work. I studied. I was under my elders 9 o'clock every morning, studying, building my portfolio, passing tests, getting graded. I earned that. So when I finally got that mic, that's why y'all see that passion and that fiery spirit y'all was saying, because it was like I finally got it. You know what I mean? And then, I ran with it, bro. But earn it though. Don't try to go the easy way out, because you can look. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all might not realize it, but when you don't earn it, you can tell in your delivery. You can tell in your motion. I can go out and see a group of brothers and just how they stand posts. I can tell. Oh, they didn't earn none of that. They just went outside and they just doing something. Oh, praises, Christ is still being preached, but I could tell they don't have no structure. None of them know the real struggle of earning that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I actually got to earn it. So wherever you are in your position, don't worry about the mic. Don't worry. Just acknowledge, Lord, that's where you want me to be right now. Cool. I'll be the best flyer man. Okay, cool. I'll be the best reader. Okay, cool. I'll be the best man to stand post. Whatever I do within this thing, the Lord put me there, I'll be the best at it. It's only when pride and ego comes when you just want to be the celebrity. It's not about that, man. So
Hey, let me get this precept a classic. 2 Timothy 2:15. This is a classic, right? And we always read the first part. But I want to harp on the second part and the last part of that verse.
All right, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Study to show thyself approved unto
And that's
God.
very important. That's very important. You got to study to show thyself approved. You got to prove yourself, basically. That's what the scriptures say. Examine yourself. Prove thy own self. Right? So that's what the other one is really saying. You got to make sure that when you out there holding posts, you not upset because you missing a breakdown or you not in the interaction. You trying to have your post close to the speaker so you could be in the interaction, and you trying to listen as much as you can instead of focusing on that post that you're supposed to be holding, because that's an important job. You got women and children out there. Right? This all comes with studying to show that you got to study brothers that hold posts, man. Brothers that's on the security, you got to look at a brother, a mighty elder brother that holds security. You got to look at him. Look how he stand. Look how he ain't swaying all the time. Look how focused he is, man. I watched that. When I watch videos, I watch that now. Yeah. I watch brothers like he always on point. Yo, what's going on over here? He could be teaching and he'll just stop. What's going on? You do that all the time too. I don't want you'll just stop, like, or I can read your spirit, like, yo, I could see he done seen something different. You could just see it in the video from the experience that a lot of brothers have, right? And you got to know how to manage that. So you got to not only study the scriptures, but you got to study the environment of the truth. You coming into a body and a congregation, right? A man or a woman that's set up to lead and guide people. So read the next part of that verse. A
workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Rightly, and that's the key thing. You gotta rightly divide this word of truth, man. Y'all will always say, man, learn the doctrine for yourself first. You just heard it again. Ratazan said he took 5 years. I think y'all all said it took him he's studying, had his head down for about 2 years, right? And even in SOT, we have that similar structure where you can't really grab the mic until about a year and a half.
Yeah,
and brothers get like complacent with that. Like, I want to teach. Nah, brother.
Yeah.
Just learn the we know you understand the doctrine,
right?
Master it so you can divide it rightly. And that's what Ratazan is trying to that's what he's saying, man.
Yeah. It's not about let me get one too. John 3:27. You can actually, and you know what, this goes twofold too. This goes twofold, really. Actually read John 3. Let's start at verse 26. Let's start at verse 26.
This is the book of John, chapter 3, and verse 26. And they came unto John and said unto him, Rabbi, he that was with thee beyond Jordan, to whom thou bearest witness, behold, the same baptizeth, and all men come to him.
You see that? So the disciples came to John like, hey, John, what's going on? So this is twofold, right? He said, John, what's going on? That Jesus Christ dude that you baptized? Why is everybody leaving from following you and they going to follow him? Like, you see that? You losing followers. What's going on? Right? Watch, read.
John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven.
A man, that's powerful. A man can receive nothing unless it be given to him from heaven. That's heavy, because that works two ways. When I see a camp, like I'm gonna name names right now, like IUIC, big camp, strong brothers, strong, beautiful brothers, big numbers. This scripture, I don't get mad at that, and the spirit that's on that particular camp, I don't get mad at that and jealous of that, because I understand that no man can have nothing unless heaven give it to him.
That's right.
So if that's what heaven want to give to him, then that's what heaven want to give to him.
That's it, period.
Guess what? I remember when I started my first YouTube channel, Prisoners of Christ, back in the day, right? And I remember that channel didn't start off no big and all of that, and 10,000 views and all of that crazy stuff. I remember teaching when the elders finally gave me the ball to be able to teach, and they said start your YouTube channel and all that. I remember having 10 views on a video was amazing to me.
Yeah.
Like I remember oh snap, we got 10 people that watch this video. And then I remember oh snap, 20 people watched this video. That's crazy. But I didn't get discouraged. Only 20 people watched this video. And at the time, I think Gorilla Hebrew was doing his thing too at the time, kind of starting his thing up. I didn't look at Gorilla Hebrew at that time man, he got a little jump start on YouTube to me, and look at all the views he getting at that time. I didn't do that. I just kept working and was thankful for, shout out to Gorilla, by the way. And I was just thankful for the 10 views I got. Because guess what? Those 10 people, I helped. And if those 10 people go tell 10 people, that's 20 people I helped. And if those 10 people go tell 10 more people, that's 30 people I helped. So you know what? At the end of the day, those 10 people that seen that video, all praises.
That's right.
I just kept my head down. I didn't look at the numbers. I didn't look at the views. I didn't even know what the analytics was. I had a brother running the YouTube channel at the time. He was like, oh, look at our analytics. I was like, I don't even know what that is. Just put a video up and just make sure that people get edified. Next thing you know, I'm getting 1,000 people watch that video.
That'd be crazy. Crazy, 1,000 people. And you start thinking, why? Why they got 1,000? Why so many people watching the video?
I'm tripping out because I'm and mind you, this is when YouTube was around, this probably had to be 2000, around 2013, 2014 or something like that, around there. And I'm just this is crazy to me that it started off from 10 people to now 1,000 people. But I didn't care about that because I knew the scripture says a man cannot have anything unless heaven give it to him. Heaven has to. So wherever you are in your position in your life, the Most High put you there, and be grateful for that. And just put your head down and work. And if it's really about the Most High, you let him increase you or decrease you. If you got a camp of just 10 people, teach them 10 people with all your heart. Just teach them 10 people with all your heart and take those 10 people into the kingdom, because it really ain't about numbers. It's about how many people really truly repent.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that scripture right there, it helps me to stay in my humility of, and that's why I'll say this thing. That's why BLW has a saying, if you leave BLW, you didn't lead the truth. Now, unless you, of course, if you didn't do anything atrocious, like sleeping with another man's wife or something like that, we just saying, let's say a brother be like, you know what? I just don't agree with the doctrine. That's cool. We all working in this thing. Go to the brothers that you feel connected with. Ain't no love lost there. Because it's not about bringing men to myself. Yeah. It's about bringing men to the Most High. It ain't about that, And that can actually go into how even BLW started. Because the way BLW started is spiritual, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
We definitely got to get into that. But I want to acknowledge this brother real quick. I think it's a brother. Right. And he said, that's a fact. I guess he agreeing with what we're saying. He said, y'all right. Is it something I could do to apologize to the people I misled with my pride? Right. So that's heavy. And I think just listening to what the brother is saying, I think that's really giving you the understanding of that. And he said, I messed up, bro. And this the first part, like David said in Psalms 51, right? Acknowledge your offense. Right. So we coming into the Passover season, man. And let's get that scripture real quick. This is a heavy scripture. Let's get that leave it at the altar. Let's get that real quick. I gotta Google that one. Somebody can get it for me.
How I say it, or you want Psalms?
Give me Matthew 5:23 real quick.
All right. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 23.
So, brother, if it's somebody you feel like you misled, the only way to go about it the right way, and I've been learning this in the truth, and I really learned this from a lot of the elders, especially y'all all, right? And just the brothers in general, you got to be direct and just go to that person, man. Yep. In all humbleness. And I learned a lot of this from Rochester. Like, you got to go in humbleness, man. You can't go in no pride, upset, man. You got to go and be humble about it, right? If you made a mistake and you already did the first part, you acknowledge your offense, right? To the YouTube at least, but you just got to go and humble yourself.
Call that Matthew brother, 18, a brother, man.
Call that sister. Right, especially because we in the season of Passover, man. which
Right.
is really a sifting season. How I look at Passover, it's a sifting season, right? But then what do you have right after Passover? First fruits.
First
So
fruits.
that's the growing season. So
Mhm.
after sifting, after we cut the fat off and the wheat and the tares start to separate, right? Which the angel does it. We're not doing it, obviously, but right. The spirit of the camp, I think all camps start to grow in that first fruit spirit. All the when you look at the feast days, they all spiritual, man. They
Yeah,
all
that's
spiritual.
facts.
They all spiritual,
Nah,
right? So
that's
that's the
true.
first step. You got to go to that brother or sister. So read that real quick, and you let the other one get into the another story. I think Aharon might have a precept too. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remembers that thy brother has an ought against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar.
Right. So, hey, if you feel like that person that you misled got an ought with you, or you feel some type of regret in your spirit with that brother or sister, hey, go to that brother. Go. You should. Matter of fact, this would be my counsel. Get off this live. Call that brother real quick and hop back, or keep it in the back. Just keep it in the back and listen. And if you think it's time and you in the right spirit, call that brother or sister. And that goes for everybody, man. In the season of Passover, you don't want to go into the Passover with that in your spirit. If it's any oughts, you got to call that brother or sister, man, and lead that out. You don't want to go into the Passover with no leaven, right? You definitely want to get that out as we come into that season. So finish that out. Read 24 one more time.
Okay. Leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
And that's what this truth is about, man, being reconciled to your brother. That's what this truth is about. Being reconciled to your brother, right? Hey, we're gonna fall off. We're gonna fall off in pride, emotion, slander, disrespect, right? Sin and wickedness. Hey, but how should I say, man, go to your brother, right? And then you got Matthew 18 to show you exactly how to run that down. Exactly how to run it down, and you follow them steps, man. And the Lord is not a liar, man. He's gonna show you exactly what you need. We always say this. When have you ever went to the Most High, asked him for something, he didn't give it to you and show you the way? The problem is we reject it. We don't want it his way. You want it your way. We gotta get out of that. We gotta come into it. We gotta follow Yahweh's way and do his will.
And Salaki and brothers, if somebody Matthew 18 you, if somebody actually try to do it the right way, don't be so offensive. Let that happen. You know what I mean? Take that correction, or at least resolve the ought with your brother, man. Don't be mad. What you want him to do, what you like in the world, what you want him to fire on you? Of course not. So if a brother is, taking a humble approach and trying to come to you man to man, you need to be a man and reciprocate that. Same thing goes for the sisters. But I did want to bring out a precept, man, to let me back off that John 3:27, because that's so heavy. A lot of people get jealous in this truth. A lot of people think, it's them doing the work, and they forget that the Most High is the one orchestrating this all. This real quick, this is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 16. And it reads, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you." So, man, just understanding that you can't just choose this and think that it's going to be all right. You were ordained from the very beginning, just the same way he told Isaiah, just the same way we just read in Isaiah 49, just the same way he told Jeremiah. Man, the Most High is he knows who he wants. He knows all things, right? And if you were chosen, or if this fruit was chosen to be designated to you, be happy for that. And don't be jealous because of another man's lot. Just go harder. It's all right, man.
Yeah, that jealousy. Yeah, that jealousy. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I yield. Go ahead.
Khan. Yeah, that jealousy spirit, man. That what people don't understand is jealousy and envy keeps you low. Because you so focused at somebody else. Like it kills me, these brothers that make videos about other men all day.
It don't make sense. Real quick, hey, let me say the water to the super sticker to the donation of Malak Nehemiah. I think that's Captain Nehemiah, if I'm not mistaken. The water all praises. You already know what time it is.
Yeah, it just don't make sense to me. Like how you sit there and you did a 2-hour video on a man.
Yeah, I got that same sentiment. I don't get it.
And it's funny because all of these people that, you know, come against camps or whatever the case may be and talk bad about us or whatever, you know, it's like, who are you breeding to Christ? It seems like you just tearing down. Why not just focus on whatever you believe? Why do you have to? But that's all that jealousy and envy, where brothers become like women. You know what I mean? They constantly got another man's name in their mouth 24/7. And I didn't grow up like that. You know what I mean? Like I focus on me and only me. And another thing the brother had said, I had went up and read his comment. He said he said I picked up the mic too early or something like that. I think, oh, here it is right there. He said I picked up the mic before I knew what I was talking about. Now my own people hold grudges against me. Y'all speaking facts. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to
no, I did that.
Okay, Con. Yeah, so that's a heavy comment, because that's why patience is very important, because even though brothers seen that I had a fiery spirit or whatever the case may be when I was like younger doing this, it still was so much more I had to grow and learn before I could lead a camp. Yeah. It was so much more. Like, just because I was spitting facts on the street, I still was immature in a lot of ways. Like a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And I had to. I'm 30 years old now, so now looking back, when I was 25, when I was 20, I'm like, damn, you really didn't know what you was talking about. Like one thing that I definitely didn't know what I was talking about when I got in the truth. I'm giving you an example. So like when I first got in the truth, it was I'm gonna be blunt. It was fuck Esau. Mm-hmm. Like it was fuck Esau, fuck everything Esau doing, fuck his credit, fuck his money, fuck Esau, right?
Yeah, for real.
Now that I'm 30 and looking back, that wasn't even wisdom.
No,
so I remember my mother-in-law was telling me, and my wife at the time, we was in the truth. She was like, y'all need to build credit. Y'all need to start working on your credit and doing this. And me and my wife was like, man, this place gonna burn anyway. We don't need to worry about that. Forget that credit. We don't. And it's crazy because now, guess what? I had to do it later, work on my credit, because now I got 6 kids, so I need a house. But you can't buy a house really unless you got the 100 mil in cash. Even that, they're gonna have to see where that money. It's a whole bunch process. That Aharon know that. Now you need credit to put your 6 kids in the house. So guess what? That wasn't even wisdom, and you taught people that.
Yeah,
you know, you taught people F credit. You know what I mean? And now when you fast forward, it's like, but that wasn't wise to teach people that. Even with starting your own camp, guess what? We're a business. Guess what? Now we find ourselves, we need to build the school. We need business credit. You know what I mean? Yeah. We need certain things so we can furnish the school and make it look nice and build our credit. And because one day we don't want to be renting buildings, we want to buy a building.
That's right.
So you see how when you're young, you know what I mean? That's why it says, you know, you got to take this thing, especially when you're young and it's true. Don't think you know it all. You just see a couple of precepts and you go and imitate people, and then you think you're gonna lead people. Another thing I tell people, I'm like, bro, how you gonna lead anybody and your household is terrible?
Yeah,
that's right.
You don't even got your family in order. Like, look at your. Now, I'm not saying, brothers, I'm not saying we don't have problems with, you know, our women from time to time. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, your wife is literally keeping you from doing the works.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, you live with your wife, you live with your girl, you don't got a job, right? Picture this scenario. You live with your girl, you don't got a job, and she's not in the truth. So on Saturdays, you can't even get to camp unless a brother pick you up because your girl taking the car to do whatever on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make class because your girl got to go to work and you got to watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't make soldiers class. But then you want to come out and you want to street teach. That is the mind that I see so many young brothers that are talented, that are gifted, that can precept, but their life is not in order. Yeah. And brothers are misled because they think it's just all about this. Forget that. I don't need to do none of that. Yes, you do. Because when you get your life in order, now you can fashion yourself to really give your all to the Most High. That's why the scripture says a bishop must be one that can rule his house well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't just, it's not about just going out there grabbing a mic. You got to make sure your things is in order. Make sure, and that's stuff that at the time when I was young, and that's why I can speak on it, because I didn't understand that when I was younger in this thing, younger age-wise and younger in this thing. So it's certain things that you learn as you become a man, and the Bible even adheres to it. and you can teach the Bible more effectively when you go through training, and not just training, but just life experience, molding you to be the man that the Most High will make you become. You're not going to just be microwave ready Malcolm X.
No,
That doesn't happen.
it's not happening.
Go, my bad, brothers. Y'all go ahead.
It don't.
Let
me get a shout out real quick. Let me get a shout. You got it. Shout out to the 12 gates of Israel called, man. The water. Out in Utah, man. The water, man. We gotta link up one of these days, man. Hey, hit us up on the Instagram and shoot me your number, and I'll tell one of the brothers to slide it to me, so we can communicate, man. Because that's what it's about. We also got to build these reports, man. You out in Utah, right? So we could definitely do that. We definitely could link up sometime, Lord willing. But the water for the donation. Go ahead,
Man, I was saying, look, this is what the pregame is about, fellas. This is it right here. I hope y'all excited, boy. Rock the year of the spirit today, man. It's about understanding what it takes to be a good soldier of Christ, man. This is it right here. So if you ever wonder why it's called the pregame, damn it, rewind the last 10 minutes.
Right.
You know,
and it's crazy, like and I don't know how much more time y'all brothers got, but it's just crazy to me. I'll say this, like, people don't understand that this is real life work. So that's what I was saying, like, this the pregame, this is but you doing the work. So I'll give you an example. I'm out here, I'm in the Bay Area right now. Right, I'm in the Bay Area. I had to come to the Bay Area for work. Right, I'm at my job, I'm working 12-hour shifts. So I'm from 6 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. Right, that's my schedule every day. Of course, I got my Sabbaths off, but that's my schedule every day. So I've been working 12-hour shifts every day. Get off work, gotta make phone calls to make sure the camp in LA is still running right. Got to make sure my family is okay, because me and my family got our own personal business. So so now when I get off work, I'm still at work because I'm handling work business, making sure Passover is taken care of, doing all of that. My phone never stopped ringing. On top of that, people calling me for counsels. Then on top of that, I gotta link. Mind you, I just worked a 12-hour shift. I can't just go home and go to sleep. I gotta make these calls. I gotta link with the brothers in the Bay Area. We gotta go teach in a minute after I get off this with you guys, right? It's a lot of work. So then by the time I do all of that, I gotta go to sleep, wake up, do that whole process again. And guess what? I'm off. I don't even have a solid ground to sleep. Yesterday, got off work at 6. Had to meet with the brothers. In the Bay Area. Had a 2-hour class with the elder. Built with the brothers last night. Brother Yaquab called me. Aharon been really like, brother, we want you on, and I gave him my word. I'm tired, but I got to get up at 8 because I got to make this show. After the show, I can't go. Hopefully, I can get a little bit of sleep, but I can't because I got to go meet the brothers and go teach. After I go teach, the brothers probably gonna want to break bread some more. And then guess what? I gotta be up tomorrow at 6.
Yeah,
early in the morning. See, it's work. It's not just you gotta, like, I tell brothers this, like, this the pregame, right? You gotta pregame your life before you can be that. You know what I mean?
Hey, hashtag that in the chat. Pregame your life. You gotta put a hashtag that in the chat.
God, because here's the thing. I told a brother like this before. I said, I had made a rule in my camp. I said, look, if brothers don't have their household in order, they can't be a soldier. It's just, it's as simple as that. You got to get your house in order. Brother came to me and said, so I can't be a soldier if my house is not in order? What do you mean by that? I said, well, look, it's not that, your woman or whatever. It's just that if your woman is stopping you from doing certain things at work, how can you even give your most to the Most High? He said, but all I want to do is teach. I said, okay, that's cool. I don't care about rank and all that. I just want to teach. I said, okay, that's cool. But your house, he wasn't getting it. So I had to give him this understanding. I was like, okay, you just want to go out there and teach? Yeah, that's all I want to do. I don't care about nothing else. I said, you go out there and teach. 5 brothers come to you and they want to join your organization, right? They want to join you, right? And all 5 of them brothers got marriage problems. How can you give them counsel on marriage counseling? Now it's not all about just teaching no more. Yeah. Now you become a counselor. How you gonna counsel them brothers and your household is in disarray? That's why we say it's not all about teaching. When you teach, you get these real people in your life now Real people that genuinely want, see, you want the fame and the clout. You got people that really want to change their life, that really are real human beings seeking knowledge.
Right.
So when these people are in front of you and they're confiding in you in marriage decisions, financial decisions, watch this. I didn't have to counsel people on operation decisions. I had a brother come to me and tell me, hey, bro, I don't know what to do. The doctors are saying my wife, if she has the baby, she's going to die. But because she was pregnant, but that means that they will have to kill the baby. And I don't know what to do. And it wasn't like the baby was little. The baby was pretty big. Yeah. He was like, I don't know what to do. You're faced with counsels and decisions. And so if you give somebody, you never know. You might give somebody the wrong counsel and they hate you for that.
Yes.
And want to come back and kill you or something. This is not a game. You know, brothers think this is a game. This is not just some shit you just, a couple brothers, let's go out there, let's go. That's not what this is. This is rehabilitating people. So you know what I mean? You can't just think that it's a one-trick pony, man. You gotta know what you're dealing with when you say that you want to become in this role. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna meet real people when they go home and you go home and you sit on that couch. It ain't over no more. You can't just put down the mic. All right, I'll street teach today. People gonna call you. People gonna require you. People gonna need you, and you gotta see if you're ready for that. But yeah, I yield, brothers.
Hey, let me get 2 precepts on that, man, because you're speaking heavy out of one. You're speaking real heavy. Let me get Mark real quick too.
Mark 2,
and I want 17, right? Because you said something that's so heavy. You said that this truth, being a leader. Think about. That's why I say that an Israelite man and woman, we have one of the most important jobs on the planet Earth. We're trying to rehabilitate, like you just said, our people with the laws of God, which is the best way to build any nation foundation. You need to have some structure and order. And what better structure and order than the laws of God? That's the perfect structure. So for that rehabilitation, you have to understand first that what? Our people are sick. That's why you can't go out there and be on this precept dagger battle. And I'm not down on the brothers that know a lot of precepts. Actually, I love y'all brothers because I want to know as much as y'all, honestly. So I admire you brothers. But at the same time, you got to understand that our people are really sick. And you got to take this time sometimes to get into their psychology and their mental and heal their sickness. Read that real quick. Look what Yahweh
This is the book of Mark, chapter 2 and verse 17. When Yahushua heard it, he said unto them, they that are whole have no need of the physician, but they that are sick, I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
And we know our whole nation is going off, and we know our nation is sick, right? Yahushua said he didn't. They that are whole don't need a physician, but they that are sick. Now, watch what Isaiah said about the nation of Israel, Isaiah 1 and 5. Watch what Isaiah said about the nation of Israel. You're talking about being sick, and Yahushua came for those that are sick, right? Watch what Isaiah said.
Yeah. Okay.
Isaiah 1 and 5.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore?
Yep.
Ye will revolt more and more.
Yep.
The whole head is sick.
The whole head is sick. The whole head is sick, man. That's one of my favorite precepts to put together. Yahushua said that, hey, they that are whole, they don't need a physician. I came for the sick. Then Isaiah backed up and said, wait a minute, the whole head is sick. The whole head. So our entire nation, like Adonai Ratazan just said, needs rehabilitation. But to rehabilitate the people, you got to dive deep and be studying these scriptures and not doing it for the pride and ego's sake, but like the title said, in sincerity and in truth, man. Because when you counsel the people, y'all will always tell us this when you become a captain. You counsel the people, you're going to get the greater condemnation. You telling a brother to leave his wife. You telling a sister to leave her husband. You got to be mindful of what you're doing. You got to hear the whole matter. You got to sit down. You got to do the counsels, right? Because this is about fixing the nation and growing as a people. And the only way to do that, we got to have some type of foundation that we live by. And that's putting the pride and ego to the side and just going strictly off the law, statutes, and commandments in the utmost faith in real life situations, right? Because we can't forsake experience. Ratazan been in the truth since 13 out of 1.
Not 11.
11. He has way more experience than me, right? A lot more experience than me. So I can't forsake. He may not come straight out the scriptures, but his experience in the truth, I might need that counsel as well. So you can't forsake that aspect of the truth too, because that experience teaches a lot of men, right, and a lot of women as well. So that was a heavy statement, man. Our nation needs rehabilitation, and the way to do that is to be grounded in these scriptures. Go ahead, Ron. I know you guys.
Rata, man, I wanted to ask, because you've had a unique experience of being like a Christian church leader and now a pillar in the Israelite community. When you go back and you street teach and maybe see some of the people that you saw from the street and see people from the church, can you talk about the difference in the reception to the truth from people who's supposed to be Christians as opposed to people who street folks?
Okay, so basically, so you saying, just so I can clarify, you asking like the different dichotomy of like people that I know and that I knew in the church versus people that I knew in the streets and how they receive the truth?
Yep.
Okay. You know what? It's kind of the same because I think their respect for me, that's a heavy loaded question too, because when I see people from the church, so okay, let me go back. So let's start with the church first. When I first became not became an Israelite, but when I first found the truth, I remember it was not accepted at all. Like I was getting attacked from left and right, like I went from the chosen kid in church to he a damn devil, like, you know what I mean? Because I just went in, when you first get in the truth and you young, I went. That's why I can speak to this. I was on fire.
Yeah.
Like, let me show y'all something. Y'all not supposed to be doing that, right? Like, I'm trying to get it in. I'm anywhere I'm at. I'm going to the church. I'm talking to the pastor. Pastor, nah, this is wrong, pastor. You know what I mean? And then at that time, I didn't understand. I'm thinking. So okay, another story. Y'all gotta bear with me. I gotta get
the story. Hey, story time. That's what the pregame is about.
Story time, right? So when I first did my first sermon ever in a Christian church, it was so crazy to me because remember I was reading the Bible in the Christian church. So when I did my first sermon, I knew, and I remember talking to the youth minister. Shout out to Minister Lorenzo, still a good dude. I run into him from time to time on the street, which is funny. That's the question. So shout out to Minister Lorenzo. But I remember telling Minister Lorenzo, I was like, look, I want to preach. I want to be a preacher. He was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. I started reading about when people are prophets and stuff, they're not accepted. You know what I mean? Like they're always like shunned. So when I first did my first sermon and I got out that pulpit, I'm thinking, okay, now here come the hate. You know what I mean? Like, man, they loved me. They was giving me money. Hey, I don't want girls was giving me their numbers.
You're right.
I'm tripping. I'm like, wait, hold on. I thought when you become a preacher, you're supposed to be hated. So I was confused because the Bible say that prophet is not welcome in his own home.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bible says that, all thy prophets are killed.
Hey, blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
So I was confused because I'm like, if I'm a preacher, why is everybody giving me this love? Right? So then fast forwarding to the future, right? Funny thing is, when I became an Israelite, I had that same mentality. Watch this. This is how everything returns full circle. This is how things turn full circle. I had the understanding of what I went through when I was in the pulpit, but then when I got the truth, and I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna accept this. The people gonna. First of all, I'm Keyshawn. They love me already. I can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
So as soon as I tell them this, who wouldn't want to be the chosen people? So I go, and as soon as I start telling people, they like, They start cutting me off, start arguing with me. People start. I kid you not, my barber that I've known, his name is Mr. Nolan. I don't know if he's still alive to this day, but God bless him if he is. I used to talk to that brother about. He was my spiritual father, like literally. He used to take me to church with him. I used to go to church with him, all that, free haircuts. He used to cut my hair from when I was 5 years old. We used to talk about everything, religion. We used to talk about Islam in his barbershop. We used to talk about all type of religions, all type of things. As soon as I told him I was a Hebrew Israelite, we got into such a heated argument that his wife had to say, Nolan, calm down. I haven't talked to that brother since. And over.
That's how it be though.
Since 2012, I ain't talked to that brother. You know what I mean? So they like, and mind you, remember that brother's been cutting my hair since I was 5. So that's the dichotomy of what it kind of shook everybody. My family was shook. Everybody was shook. And then I was like, it clicked in my head. Oh, this is what comforted me. Oh, now I must be doing the right thing because now I'm persecuted. Because remember when I was in the church, I'm thinking I'm supposed to be persecuted and they giving me love. But then when I was in the church, so I was confused. But then when I started getting persecuted, it came back to my remembrance. Oh, this is really the truth. They really persecuted me. So now I guess they thought, and this is why I said it's a loaded question that you asked, because it's a difference now. So that was in the beginning. They have seen my life transform in such a positive way over the years that now they can't do nothing but respect me. They might not want to, like my father, you know what I mean? We have talks about the truth all the time. He might not wear fringes, but he watching me. And he's like, I see what you're doing, son. And everybody's like, how was your life so good? How you got 6 kids and married like that? How you and your wife, y'all, got a functioning family? How is you got a good job, a good career? How are you so successful? They confused because they like, because you're not a Christian, but you in that religion, but then you successful. So now it went from instant hate to now over the years, they see my life within a span of almost 12, almost 13 years. And they like see my consistency and they like, I don't do what he do, but whatever he doing is working. So when people see me on the street, it's a different dichotomy now. They kind of give me respect. When the old Christians friends that I see, they give me, and they come to me and say, man, we've been watching you. You know what I mean? Now the gangsters is different. The gangsters is different. So the gangsters is more like, just on some like, respect shit like that. So I got on the flip side with the gangsters, I'll tell y'all that side. So when I remember I was a Christian, y'all. I was a Christian still smoking weed, right? So I would get high and then do a sermon the next day.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like for real. I remember I was high as hell.
Yeah,
like preaching. You know what I mean? So I was a Christian, but I still had homies in the world. And they still accepted me for being Christian, but I still was doing my thing. I still was talking. I never laid with anybody, but I was still talking to girls and with the homies and all of that and riding all the way all night to like 5 a.m. and the homie dropping me off to church and Sunday morning after we was chilling all Saturday night. I had a double lifestyle like all Christians do, right? Yeah. So my so when I was with my homies and we was smoking one day, right? I'll never forget this. We was smoking and then I was like, this is when I found the truth. And this is, this is on the other, now this on the gangster side. So I had all my homies in the car and I was like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I said, this the last time I'm smoking with y'all. And this the last time I'm hanging with y'all. And it was like, nigga, shut up, man. Hit
I'll see you tomorrow.
All that. And I'm like, no, I'm serious, brothers. Like, I can't do this no more. Like, I can't, I'm changing my life. I smoked with them that day. That was the last time I hung with them. That was it. And they still watch me to this day. They watch me too. They like, man, I'm watching you. It's the same thing. They see my life. They see everything is, everything has changed for me. And they want to do it. The gangsters side, they want to do it, but they're caught in the matrix of living that fast life.
Yeah. So
it's hard for them to, but I don't give up on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a condition. I don't give up on them. I still to this day, like, and I might pull up on them if they, playing, we used to play Monopoly back in the day. They play Monopoly or they playing 2K. I might pull up on them like and say what's up and then, shake their hands and give them some love and then dip out. But they watching too. So, I mean, I would say now in my life, the truth is more accepted on my end from Christians and from the gangsters. Like they both are wanting to do what I do, but they just don't have the spirit to like cut off the addictions or the brainwashing from the church that was built over the years. But
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Hey, to this brother too, Soldier Simka, right? Yeah, it is fine to donate on a Shabbat. That's a donation. You're not buying or selling anything. You're just giving alms to the people. Yeah. So if you want to donate, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and another question.
Did that answer your question?
No, absolutely. I mean, really, some of the stuff, I know, because you and I.
Because we already. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Right, so a lot of this stuff is for should we go back to working out at the park with old buddy? But
yeah, right. We get it in,
Yeah, and so I tell you, you one of the few brothers that I personally know to have a strong presence outside of the U.S. You know what I mean? As far as like bringing the truth out. Can you talk about just maybe some of the growth that you've seen in other continents and countries, and maybe plans that Believers of the Way has for the future, where you see this truth going? I know the 10th of Judah got to wake up first, so that's happening. But just talk about that for me.
We got actually, it's funny that you say that. We got a beautiful sister that's in England, and she has a she shout out to that sister, man, and she has her family out there, and they have like a whole basically church of people already. And they like, look, we've been watching. We'll pay for everything. We just need you out here. So currently I'm trying to figure out a situation. If she ever see this, I'm trying to figure out a situation to where I can set my affairs in order so I can get out there to them in England.
Yeah.
Because they want to build in England. It's crazy for me, like being a kid from like on 84th and Western in South Central LA. If y'all don't know where 84th and Western is, 84th and Western is, if you look up the Watts riots, if you look up the Watts riots and you look up the white guy that pulled out the truck and got killed in the middle of the intersection, all you gotta do is look up trucker gets killed in Watts riots, and you'll see when there was chaos going on, you'll see the trucker get pulled out of his truck, and then they, the gangbangers, they beat him up and killed him, right? I'm literally around the corner from that intersection. So you talking about a kid that grew up in the heart of the hood, in that little hood. I don't know if you know this, but that corner, that hood has more deaths than any hood. That little hub right there.
Cause that's right. That's when you go from, cause that's not even the 83rd people, but
right.
That's
also
84.
Yeah, from 80th all the way to you get to like from the stretch of the 80s to like the 60s, more people have died in that little region because that's where the gang war started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at first, remember, the Crips was all together. Yeah. And then when the war started, the 60s and the A-Trays broke up. And then all the little splinter Crips had to pick which side they wanted to be on.
Yeah.
And all that started right there. St. Andrews Park, all that over there, it all started right there. So you gotta think. You got a kid that grew up in the heart of evil and murder, right? That came from a 0.0 GPA, all Fs. You know what I mean? To now people in England, people in Africa, people in Belize, people. I watched your videos. You a smart brother. I'm like, damn, bro. Do y'all know they was gonna hold me back? Like, smart brother. This is crazy for me to hear this type of stuff. Like, I'm like, damn, y'all don't even know like where I came from, what I was, and none of that. So just to see it in your own state alone, just in different states, is humbling for me. Just the love that y'all giving me on this platform is humbling to me. You know what I mean? That's humbling to me, because me thinking back on who I was, it can low-key bring a brother to tears. You know what I mean? Because it's like the way I was is I'm so far gone from that, and just seeing the love in other states and other countries. So yeah, we do got plans to go to England. Shout out to the sister that's out there. We got plans to go to man, look, just put it like this. BOW is growing so fast. Like my elder told me, he said, sometimes you can grow so fast that you don't have the means to care for all of it. So I'm trying to like, this is a new phase in my walking in my life. I'm trying to get it all in wraps.
Yeah.
I got a camp in LA. I got a camp. I'm building a camp in Oakland. I got brothers in Texas. I'm trying to keep up with them brothers in Texas. We got brothers in New York that's reaching out. We got brothers all the states. And it's kind of like I have to find a way to organize myself to contain it all, because BOW, I've been in the truth for a long time, but BOW has only been a camp for 2 years.
That's wild.
We only been in camp for 2 years.
Y'all growing too.
That's what I'm saying. Man. So I'm trying to control
hold all that together.
Yeah, but and it's hard. But to answer your question, it's humbling for me to see the presence and the out-of-state presence, and everybody hitting you up and wanting to join, and what can I do? And forgive me, anybody watching this, if you've ever hit me up or emailed me and I didn't get back in a reasonable time, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You know, my phone got so many emails and so much stuff going on. And so I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Cause some people get mad at you for that. You know, like you brothers, I'm reaching out. You brothers don't want me to y'all, I guess y'all don't want me to join. I'm like, it's not that. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm trying to
be busy.
I'm trying to grow other brothers up to take certain responsibilities. That's the stage we in right now because BLW just grew crazy. But yeah, Con, I hope that answers your question.
Absolutely.
Hey, even in the chat, man, we got the sisters, Shalom brothers and sisters in Christ. Much blessings from Kenya, man. That's far. That's East Africa. That is far away. That is far away, man.
Yeah, man. I've been seeing a lot of growth in the truth, like in Africa, Jamaica, all over the Caribbean, man. It's there. We might just need to do a tour. Let's go. Everybody got their passport ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want brother ask you, is a BLW in North Carolina?
We do. That's another thing. So we don't have we have brothers out there that's like messing with us and that we're trying to get them groomed up, but it's not a solid camp. But if you want to have more information, you can email us at Believers of the Way 144k@gmail.com. So if you want any more information, just email me and then I'm gonna get to you. You know what I mean? Believers of the Way 144k@gmail.com, and then I can try to link you with some brothers. Because right now, like I said, we only been at camp for 2 years, so we're all the camps that's in different areas. We're trying to get them off the ground. You know what I mean? We're trying to get the brothers going. You know. Somebody said, would you be able to make a Vegas camp? Con, we also got, we got different brothers that's scattered in Vegas that mess with us. So again, like I said, we building. So if you want to get in contact with us, again, just email me, Believers of the Way 144k@gmail.com. All right. So yeah, Con. So but yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. Sister from Kenya. Shout out to Kenya again, man. That's crazy.
That's wild. What time is it in Kenya right now? It's probably late, sister.
Hey, I'm not sure. Hey, before we get start to close this thing, I do want to ask, and you don't have to go too deep, but your transition from True Nation to Believers of the Way, don't you have to go deep, but
we talk about it, Con. Absolutely.
That transition and you becoming a leader of basically obviously you have brothers that lead and guide with you, but a leader of your organization and what that takes, what does that take? And the reason I asked that too, because I'm in Florida, right? And I'm in Fort Myers. It's a little different. Like the structure of trying to find brothers and sisters. It's hard out here. Me and the brothers at LOZ, we've been pushing the word for about 2.5 years now, and it's hard to get new fruit in this area. So me trying to open up my own thing, and I ask the elders and brothers this all the time, just how'd you lead up to, the transition, and then you doing your own thing and then being that leader?
Man, no lie. And me and Haran talked about this. BOW grew so fast that brothers at True Nation thought I was still in True Nation members.
That's crazy.
Listen, but I'm gonna tell y'all the whole dichotomy of it. The first thing is it's consistency. So when I was at True Nation, which I was True Nation was that was me. Like,
and shout out to True Nation.
Shout out, yes.
I never could have thought or would have thought that I would have ever even left. My mind was so engraved in True Nation at that particular time that that's all that I cared about. You know what I mean? And unfortunate events had to happen, which caused me to split. Which according to the scriptures, I mean, that happens all the time. You see Paul and Barnabas, they split. You know what I mean? So it happens all the time. But since those leading up to those unfortunate events, when I kind of split, I kid you not, man, it was really just consistency. When I told my brother Iram, I was like, look, bro, what you want to do? Do you want to, it was just me, him and his family. And I was like, look, bro, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to just have it just be me and your family? Or do you want to, and I'm like, truthfully, bro, I got to do the work.
Yeah.
I can't, I know we parted from True Nation, but I got to do the work.
And shout out to brother Iram. That's another mighty man. I love that brother, man. Shout out to you.
Hey, hell of a partner, man. That's my boy right there.
Uh,
It would be no BOW without that brother. So
Hey, is that the dark skinned brother with the low cut? Hey, shout out to that brother. Brother be bringing it out.
We be laughing. We be like, damn, because I had a reputation of being a hothead. So we be laughing at each other. We be like, damn, we be looking at our camp. And we be like, damn, he be like, damn, Ratazan, a hothead in a project nigga did all this, huh?
That's right.
And I be laughing like, I guess so. but long story short, because I know we gotta close out in a minute. Basically, so when I transitioned from True Nation to BOW, it was just crazy because I give y'all a little history on the name. Now, Believers of the Way, that was a name that I already had created. I created Believers of the Way back in 2011 before I found the truth. I was going to have Believers of the Way be my Christian church, right? So I looked up because I researched how the early church had started, and I found out that the early church founders were called Followers of the Way. So what I was attempting to do before the truth was disconnect myself from the religious aspect of Christianity, still be a Christian, but disconnect myself from the religiosity of it, and create. I'm not a Christian no more. I'm a follower of the way, because that's what, that's before I got the truth. So I created Believers of the Way, but I was all mixed up because remember at that time it was the Illuminati stuff. So I was mixing in Illuminati stuff with Believers of the Way. You know what I mean? I had I had hand gestures to ward off evil spirits. I was doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Y'all know the Kabbalah. Y'all know the Kabbalah.
Yeah.
That was the Believers of the Way symbol, the Kabbalah.
Wow.
I was going into the Kabbalah practice. My wife was like, "Hey, my wife tell me to this day we be laughing. She'd be like, "Hey, at that time you was tripping." She was like, "Hey, I was with you, but." Thank God the truth came at that time, because you start going off into some crazy stuff. But I was just trying to find the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, when I end up finding the truth, I just scrapped BOW altogether. You know what I mean? Believers of the Way. Well, it wasn't believe. I'm gonna tell y'all the history of the acronym too. Just bear with me. It was actually before it was by, it was just Believers of the Way. So I had scratched Believers of the Way altogether, and then I just came to the truth, right? And that's when I joined True Nation, right? But now I left True Nation. And you see how everything turned full circle? Yeah. I left True Nation, whatever, because of whatever discrepancies we had. And then my boy Iram, like, you got a name in mind? And I was like, actually, I do got a name. He said, you like Believers of the Way?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, that's dope. Let's do it. I'm like, all right, Believers of the Way. That's what we is. And then he was like, Iram was like, but we need an acronym. And I was like, okay, what you thinking? Like, he was like, let's do BOW. And I was like, there it is, bow. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, that's hard. That's hard, BOW.
Brother said you was on some Compton wizardry. Yo, Malachi is crazy, man. What's wrong with the brother, man?
Wow.
And that was before I knew, man. But nah, long story short, because I know we got to close out in a minute, man. But I got to get this out because that's a beautiful question, and a perfect way to even end this session. So I had, did Believers of the Way like years ago. It came back. Iram created the acronym, like, let's do BOW for the acronym. I said, perfect, let's do it. And then we just created a YouTube channel. And then I was just like, mind you, when I left True Nation, I already told you, Aharon, when I left True Nation, I didn't take nothing with me. Yeah, I didn't take none of my videos. I gave them my YouTube channel. My old YouTube channel at the time had 10,000 subscribers at that time. I gave it to them. I said, look, brothers, y'all have it. I'm not trying to, y'all have it. Guess what? When I left True Nation, I didn't even tell the other members I was leaving because I didn't want nobody to be influenced to leave with me.
Hey, that's a heavy point, because sometimes that can happen. Like, once you start telling people, or like putting it in chats and whatever, that can influence other people's mind to even start leaving. So that's a good way to go out. Like, and that's just for brothers if they want to decide to leave something. It's just go in silence, man.
Because I felt like, and the reason for that was because I felt like if I leave, I want the Lord to really be with me. I don't want to leave in trickery. So I don't want to leave whatever I built in True Nation. Leave it there. That's what I built in True Nation. You know what I mean? So whatever I build in BOW, that's what I build in BOW. So I gave him everything, gave him my YouTube channel, gave him everything. And we started literally, the Believers of the Way page had 0 followers. 0. We started from 0, nothing. And we just kept feeding the channel, kept feeding. People didn't even know I left True Nation yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people didn't even know I left True Nation. So you know, we just kept working. I kid you not, it was literally through the spirit. So I was trying to create the logo. Let me tell y'all how the logo started. I'm almost done, y'all. Sorry about that. I'd like to talk.
Man, come on.
No, you good.
So when I was thinking of creating the logo, right? I'm thinking this elaborate logo. You know what I mean? Like cherubim sitting on top of the mercy seat, like all that cloud coming. Like I'm thinking, and Iram is just like, okay. I this true story. Shout out to my boy, I love him. He was like, okay. So he thinking of all that. He was like, all right, well, while you crafting that, he was like, this is what I did. He was like, this is what I did just for the time being while you crafting that. And it ended up being this.
Yeah.
Oh, praise.
And as soon as he said that, he was like, hey man, I know you doing all of that other, you know, you doing your thing, but here, let's use this for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that shit hard.
That's it. You know it is it. You know.
I said, forget the other cherubim stuff and the wheels and the burning fire. Forget all of that. I said, that shit hard. And then he showed me his design. He created a shirt and was like, he was like, yeah, let's do it like this. Let's have let's keep it like this. How you like this design? Put it right here, and then we put it on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he was like, what you think? You think we need to have it big in the front? I was like, nah, that shit different. I was like, ain't no camp doing that like that. I said, man, that shit hard. And the style of shirt is hard. I said, man, that's it. He was like, you sure? No. I'm like, no. This the logo, and this the shirt. Like that's how it happened. Simple. Sometimes simplicity. You know what I mean? Simplicity is everything sometimes. So that's how the logo got created, right? So then from there, literally, I kid you brothers not, one of my brothers, this is literally how we grew. One of my brothers called me. He was like, hey, what's up, King? When True Nation having class? I'm like, they have class. I gave him the class schedule. They have class XYZ. He was like, all right, cool. I'll see you there. I said, well, you know what? Respectfully, I'm not there anymore, but the brothers will still accept you. Go over there. XYD. He was like, nah, well, I want to go where you at. And I was like, well, I'm in my house. You know what I mean? Like I'm in my house. He was like, okay, I'm coming over there. I was like, all right. That turned into brothers doing the same thing to Iram. And Iram like, hey, look, if y'all want to go over there, then y'all go over there. And mind you, for the naysayers out there and the haters out there, because I do got some enemies. I'm not gonna lie. I can bring the brothers to attest to this. No, I'm not making this up because you lying. You told them to leave. No, I didn't. I was truthful, and the brothers will tell you. We gave them the option. We didn't even give them no history. We just told them y'all could go over there still. Brothers just wanted to come with us. Then it would literally be brothers driving around looking for us. That happened to two of our members. They literally was driving around like, I know this street. I'm from LA. I know this street. I know.
Yeah.
I found y'all. Hopped out. Man, I've been looking for y'all for weeks. It just literally, that's just how it just started. And all of a sudden it just grew. And then I'm gonna tell y'all how. So that's how we start getting members just coming out of nowhere. And then I'm gonna tell y'all how to. This is the last bit I'll say. I'll tell y'all how the YouTube grew. Our YouTube was doing all right. It was because nobody had knew that we left yet. You know, really like that. So YouTube was doing all right. I had found out that on my old YouTube channel that I gave the brothers at True Nation, I found out that they deleted all my videos. So I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, why delete all my videos? It ain't like I left for a dotery or anything like that. You know what I mean? I left at that time. We left and it was still cordial. So I'm confused, like why brothers just couldn't give me like, you know what I mean? That's you deleting the whole brother's life work. Like, are y'all remember that video I did in Hollywood? That video's gone.
That'd be tough. It's like you need that.
Video's. You know how many people that video helped? I look. I got people in my organization that has left and now that's not with me no longer. Their videos are still up because those videos are helping people. I'm not going to delete that man's video. When he was in the spirit of truth, that was his work.
Yeah.
But them brothers deleted my stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, out of spite. And they deleted my videos. So what I did was I said, you know what? Them brothers deleted my videos. I was sad about that because you know how I am with my history too. I'm real big on history, where I come from. This how the Most High work. One of my brothers ended up hitting me up, was like, hey, I just found a file with most of your videos on it. I'm like, for real? He like, yeah, you want them? I said, hell yeah, I want them.
You want that?
I didn't have all of them, but I had a lot of the heavy hitter ones. So I was like, you know what? Since True Nation deleted them, I guess they don't want them, right? Upload, boom. Upload, boom. Next thing you know, channel, boom. Channel start going up. Upload. And guess what? That envious situation of taking all my content off turned into a blessing for me. And that's how, because we already had videos that was hitting like 5,000 views and stuff like that, but it started going crazy from there. And then it just kept going, man. It literally was like it literally just, all my history is gone for real. A lot of my videos I can't get back, but I got a lot of them, you know what I mean? And I put most of them up, but you know, and that's just how the channel, and we've been growing ever since, man. And it's just been like going crazy, but that's how BLW kind of, you know, the long and the short of it, or the, you know, of how it kind of happened, man.
Yeah, you got some fire, but you was be going in the churches, man, tearing it down, boy. You got some classics, man.
I like that one where you was walking around LA, I think, with the brothers, man.
They deleted that one's gone.
That's a good video.
When we was in the we was in the where was my boy from? He's from over there in dang, I forgot where. I cannot think of where my boy was from, but he took us to his hood and we walked around the hood. We talked to the OGs. We was really in the hood, like really in the hood. I forgot where the name of that dang hood, but anyway, they deleted that video. You know how powerful that video was?
Where was it at?
It was in Compton. Dang, I cannot think. It was in Compton. It was in Compton, but it was like kind of by, you know, I can't think of the street either right now. You know that Louisiana? It's like a Louisiana. It's I can't think.
Crescent Central, that one.
Yeah. What hood is that?
It depends. On this side is West Side Power and the Campanella Park and this neighborhood Power.
Campanella Park. Campanella Park. Thank you.
You hit on the head.
I couldn't. Campanella Park. Yeah, he was from Campanella Park.
For real.
Yeah, he was from Campanella Park, and so he took us in the hood, in the Campanellas, bro.
In the Nellas, in the
Nellas, with OGs, breaking down the word, kill like real deal, like accepting the word.
All praises.
But you know, whatever. The Most High got his plans. We don't cry over spilled milk. We just thankful that we still here. We still in this truth, and we growing, man. So you know, that's pretty much the inception of us, and we taking off, man. So,
that's beautiful. Man. That's beautiful. Yeah,
Most I've been working with you,
man. I love y'all, brothers. Thank you, and same for y'all, man. Shout out to Sons of Thunder. Y'all always have been great to me since the first time that I met. You know, your wall has always been a great guy to me. Always been a good friend. A good brother, and you know, you guys keep pushing, keep doing your work, and definitely one of the camps. I respect everybody, but for real, highly respect you brothers, man. Like Aharon, no, you know what I mean? When he went out there to Atlanta, I was like, yeah, you know, you're gonna be joining a good camp. I said they got a good brother though.
Yeah.
Because you know I was trying to recruit you, right?
If I had stayed, you already know. But I have to get out of there.
Hey, if you would have stayed in LA, I was trying to get you. I was like, I'm gonna get this brother, but you went and had a better situation for your family, and the Most High delivered you to a good camp. So you good, you know, all praises. You know what I mean?
But you know what? Hey, I'm come down there and do the work with you though. I'm gonna be in Oakland next week. If you still gonna be out there.
Yeah, I'll be here for like 6 weeks.
All right, I'm gonna be in like East Oakland, 66 in Florida type.
Yeah,
so
I'll let you. I'm in West. I'm more in West, but we can link up because it's not that far. But like what, an hour or something? Like 40 minutes.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, hit me up. Yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. And that's what the pregame also is about, is bringing that unity. Because a lot of people don't see like the background conversation. Like brothers think because brothers might made a camp video about a brother, or said this about a brother on a live, and a lot of times that's just Israelite politics, quote unquote, right? But brothers still have that love in the back. It's still cordial and it's still smooth. Like it's just sometimes it's political. Sometimes,
it's love, man. I put it like this. It's like you know, it's okay to have like competitions to where you look up to and you aspire to a particular individual or a particular group. Like I watch all the groups. So when I see, Like for instance, when that Kanye West thing was happening,
Yeah.
and all the camps was eating off of that. I'm
Yeah.
like, we gotta eat off of it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Why not?
We don't want to be left behind. Sons of
Yeah.
Thunder eating off of it. Sakari eating off of it. IUIC eating off of it. I was like, man, I need to. We better capitalize on this. And I'll never forget when shout out to Dika the Kai hit me up and was like, hey man, I see y'all eating off that Kanye West. Like, hell yeah, I see y'all eating off of it too.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Right.
You know, I'm not getting left behind. You know what I mean? If I see all the camps doing something, I'm jumping on it. You know, and it's not that's not evil. You just aspiring to be with the greats.
That's
like
right.
I aspire to be, and I'll tell anybody this. I aspire to be IUIC's organization. It's not no secret for me. They are the most, from my looking out to looking in, they are the most organized organization that I have seen.
They are super organized.
We might not agree on doctrine, but their organization and their structure is unmatched.
Yeah.
And so I study them. Because I don't want BOW to just be a regular. I want us to be like that.
Yeah. Why not?
You know what I'm saying? Why not? So somebody said a righteous jealousy. I wouldn't even say. I get what the brother's saying, but I wouldn't even call it a righteous jealousy because it's not really jealousy. It's more like not even a competition, but it's more like a encouragement to. He got it. I'm about to get. It's like when you with your homies.
Brothers raising the bar.
Exactly. Like you know when you with the homies and like, oh damn, the homie just got the bag. Oh shit, I gotta get the bag.
Go get the bag too.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, the company you keep. That's why you say if you want to be a millionaire, you hang with who? Millionaires. It's like that with everything. You want to have a successful camp, you hang with other successful camps.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So, and put it like this, brothers. I'll say this last thing. It's a difference from putting in the work and being respected by different camps versus trying to leech and get the attention that another camp have. See, get it out because you got brothers that do that too. Get it out the mud yourself, and other camps will begin to respect you. I got the respect from brothers not because I was trying to ride the token, the bandwagon of the camp and then leave once I get the fame from the camp. No, I worked myself. I got it out the mud. First of all, I said, Lord, whatever you want to give, you give. And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And then brothers will start to give and see that that's a respectable king right there. You know what I mean? And, you know, prime example, you know, brothers let me grace the stage on their beautiful platform. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's it.
All praise. Hey, that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful, man. Episode 8, man. Ratazan, Believers of the Way, Sincerity and Truth. Let's get Joshua 24 real quick. 24:14. Joshua 24:14, right?
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 14.
Because this is the way, right? Read this.
Now, therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
And that's the way, man. And that's why we had the brothers on, man, because these brothers serve the Lord and we admire their work and they serve in sincerity and truth. And we do this thing as brotherhood, man. So it was a pleasure having you on.
Hey, real quick,
go ahead.
This is a blessing. I got to say this. So Sister Nina Yasharala, she said she has a few of my videos downloaded.
What?
Oh yeah, I seen it. I posted it. Yep.
If you could please email me, please, and I can get in contact with. Is that a member of yours? You guys just? Sister.
No, but she's a member of the chat. I think she just joined the chat. So actually, yeah, she is a member with us, man.
Okay, Con. So if you can, sis, if you can please email me so I can get that from you in any way, shape, or form, please. Because I'm looking, anybody that got my videos scattered somewhere, please. I'm trying to get those things back. I got a lot of them. But if you have those, please, can you email me at Believers of the Way 144K at gmail.com. Believers of the Way 144K at gmail.com. Email me because I would love to see which ones you have, sis. So hopefully she's still on. I don't know if she's still on, but
yeah, I think she's still on. I think she ate the water for that too, man. Because brothers be needing them throwback videos. But I remember some of our YouTube channel, some of our stuff got deleted, man.
You know how I get clipped, like, but it's a different thing.
You take it for granted. You be taking them old videos for granted.
But it's a different thing when your brothers clip you.
Yeah.
That shit hurt a different way, bro.
She said she know one is a Q&A. Ain't the water says for that, man. The water. Ain't the
Yeah,
water to all the members too, man. The water, the SOT members, man. We appreciate everybody that's chatting, man. We appreciate everybody, man. Y'all is a part of the SOT family, man. Make sure y'all too, if y'all are a member, and even if you're not a member, right? Make sure you come into the Passover. We got Passover coming up. You know, we got the red, the gold this year, man. We got the red and gold this year. Right. So if you can come to the Passover April 3rd on a Monday, RSVP, you know, send your email if you can. What y'all got this year for y'all Passover? What y'all got? Y'all got y'all colors and everything? Y'all ready? Or y'all
I think my rib said she's doing our decoration is gonna be like the purple, like royal purple.
Royal
purple.
I mean?
Okay. Yeah, like a purple gold type thing.
All praises, man.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a purple gold type thing, and then it's crazy because what I'm at, you know what? I ain't gonna say what I'm wearing because I don't want to give it.
Yeah, keep it tucked. Keep it tucked.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it tucked. But yeah, I think purple and gold is the decoration style we going for, the colors.
Shout out to my sis too, man.
Oh yeah. You know she. Oh, shout out to Pariah too, man.
Shout out to the family, man.
Yeah, that's the channel, man. Yep.
If y'all not subscribed, man, I don't know what y'all waiting for. I mean, I think everybody on here is subscribed, but for people that watch it later, man, make sure you subscribe to these brothers, man, doing a mighty work. Hey, what's this young brother name right here?
Who?
This brother be going off too, with the
hair. Yeah, that's brother Live. This he been working out too.
Yeah, you see that?
Got right, man.
We trying to get it, man. That's my biological brother.
For real talk?
Yeah, that's my biological brother. Yeah,
praises, man.
That's my little brother. His name is
Live. Hey, you got to teach him how to play some dominoes, but he all right.
You know what? We actually have 2 other YouTube channels that we just created. If everybody could go give that a like and a follow. We got so my little brother made his YouTube. So we broke the brothers up recently into camps, their own separate camps within the camp. So if you guys can, man, we got 2 YouTube channels. We got if y'all can, it's BOW Israel Forged in Fire. So if you can, you can look it up real quick. Yeah, BOW Israel Forged in Fire. You know, we just started that one, and then I'm gonna get the other one for y'all. There it is, right there. There go my little brother right there. So if you're looking for more of his content, you'll find it right here. They just
look. You know, I don't waste no time. I'm subscribed right now. I don't waste no time, man.
And then I got another one. Hold on one second. Bear with me, brothers. I gotta get y'all this one too. My brothers. Let me see where my brothers at. My brothers. Hold on one second. I gotta get y'all this.
His truth is definitely expanding, man. This is what it's about, the brotherhood. Because this is how we getting out of here with the brothers and sisters, man. Right? This ain't about me or just SOT. This is how we getting out of here.
Likewise, man.
This is the movement. Look, this is the movement of how the brothers is coming together. Clubhouse, we YouTubing together, unity camps. You know, IUIC be shouting brothers out sometimes, right?
Yep.
Other camps be shouting IUI. It's all love, man. If we could go in that spirit where, hey, as long as they doing the work and preaching Yahweh Shah or Christ and the Most High or Yahweh, hey, man, them my brothers, period. If we can turn to that wave and it be cordial all the way through and cut out the dichotomy and bring in more solidarity, bro, this truth is going to go crazy.
And you know, and that's why I'm a big proponent of that. That's why I give love to every single camp, man. So especially you brothers too. So you know what I mean? And so I appreciate that. The other one we just started too, outside of this one, is called Believers of the Way, Holy Vessels of War. It's Believers of the Way, Holy Vessels of War. So those are the 2 brothers. And then
boom,
we started
at the top.
Yeah, it's right there. Yep. And then we also too, man, we, like I said, we also got some brothers that's in Tennessee. We got a brother named Ishire. He's in Tennessee. So if you're in the Tennessee area, if your spirit bears witness with BOW, if you're in the Tennessee area, his YouTube channel outside of that one, and I'm sorry y'all, but I just want to shout all the brothers. I don't want none of them to think I left them out.
I already know how it goes. Yeah,
I don't want them to be like, well, you gave them. Why you didn't tell Apostle Ratazan? Why you didn't? So Believers of the Way, Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you look that one up, that's another channel.
So spell Chattanooga for me. There you go. Chattanooga, what?
ANOOGA.
I got it.
Yeah, Believers of the Way, Chattanooga. Yeah. That's the brother in Tennessee we have that we prospecting with, that we building. And then you know, I believe, I can't think of the Believers of the Way in Oakland, but you know, we also got brothers out here in Oakland, Believers of the Way in Oakland. So, and I think you just
Trying to see. I don't see that one.
You don't see that one? Yeah, I think it's
Oh, right here. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Found it.
Yep. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know this brother, man. Yeah.
Yeah, young brother. I think y'all know him too. Yeah, he been around. He trying to grow. You know, he decided he wanted to grow with us, so we building with our brother. So yeah, those are YouTube channels. If anybody, and the reason why it sparked me to do that, because you said you liked Lob, my little brother. So he got his own channel. So if you want to check him out more often, you go to that channel. You'll see more of him on that channel.
Shout out Lob, man.
Yeah, young Lob. So.
All praises, man. That's beautiful.
Yes, sir, man. I love you, brothers, man. For real.
All love, definitely, most definitely, all love. So, hey, the sister, not as I said, she done subscribed, man.
All praises, man. All
Beautiful
praises.
scripture, amen. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together
in
unity, man. And that's what this thing is about. We going as a unit, man. So with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to say the water to the Adaran Ratazan for jumping on, giving us his time about 2 hours, and we at about 7 minutes right now.
God,
praises. No, he had to get up early on that West Coast time, man. He yawning already, man.
Hey, I'm up. Hey, I'm up now. I'm about to just go
wake up like the truth.
Yeah, about to go. You know what I mean? Wash my face and then go back out.
So, hey, the water for everybody for tuning in to another video or episode of the pregame, episode 8, Sincerity and Truth, with our special guest, man, brother Ratazan with Believers of the Way. Make sure you subscribe to their channel, Believers of the Way, and all their new channels that we just posted, man. All praises to the Most High.
All praises.
Edification, man. All praises.
All praises.
So, with that, hey, I'm Captain Yaiquad.
Soldier Aharon.
And I guess
Ratazan Shayan.
All praises to the Most High. And y'all have now concluded another episode of the pregame. A Shah Shabbat. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.